For decades, Happy Days has been celebrated as a wholesome sitcom that encapsulated an idealized vision of 1950s America. Filled with family values, teenage adventures, and nostalgic innocence, the show became a cultural phenomenon. However, behind the cheerful facade lay a more complicated reality. Financial disputes, behind-the-scenes conflicts, and even allegations of misconduct clouded its legacy, highlighting the stark contrast between its on-screen charm and the harsh realities of Hollywood. The idea for Happy Days emerged from a societal yearning for a simpler time. Created by Gary Marshall, the show aimed to capture the essence of 1950s American life, in contrast to the political and economic turbulence of the 1970s. Marshall initially pitched a series called New Family in Town, which was rejected. However, the concept found life in a 1972 episode of Love American Style, serving as an unofficial pilot. The success of American Graffiti, 1973, further solidified interest in 1950s nostalgia, leading ABC to greenlight Happy Days. The show premiered on January 15, 1974. Initially, the series centered around Richie Cunningham, Ron Howard, an all-American teenager in Milwaukee. However, it was Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli, Henry Winkler, who quickly became the star. With his leather jacket, motorcycle, and iconic catchphrase, "Aye!" Fonzie transformed from a supporting character into the face of the show. His popularity even led ABC to consider renaming the series Fonzie's Happy Days. This frustrated Howard, who had taken the role of Richie, to move past his child star image from The Andy Griffith Show. However, Winkler supported him, and the show retained its original title. The casting process brought together a memorable ensemble. Marion Ross, Marion Cunningham, easily secured her role after appearing in Love American Style. Tom Bosley, Howard Cunningham, initially dismissed the opportunity, but was moved by a touching father-son scene. Erin Moran, Joni Cunningham, joined at just 13 years old, becoming a fan favorite due to her close on-screen bond with Fonzie. Anson Williams, Patsy Weber, nearly lost his role after arriving late to his audition due to car trouble, but his charisma won over the producers. Don Most, Ralph Malph, initially declined the role to focus on dramatic acting, but was convinced by Marshall after a casual basketball game. Set in the 1950s, Milwaukee, Happy Days provided an escape from the pressing issues of 1970s America, such as the Watergate scandal and economic struggles. By 1976, it had become the #1 show in the country, achieving a 31.5 Nielsen rating. Initially, the show used Rock Around the Clock as its theme song before adopting the now iconic Happy Days theme. Spin-offs like Laverne and Shirley and Mork and Mindy achieved success, while others, like Joni Loves Chachi, floundered. The latter, starring Erin Moran and Scott Baio, received heavy promotion, but was ultimately canceled due to low ratings. Despite its family-friendly image, Happy Days faced significant turmoil behind the scenes. In 2011, 5 cast members, Marion Ross, Don Most, Anson Williams, Erin Moran, and the estate of Tom Bosley, filed a $10 million lawsuit against CBS, claiming they were denied rightful earnings from merchandise sales. CBS initially dismissed the claims, but a 2012 settlement awarded each actor $65,000 in future royalties. Meanwhile, Henry Winkler had negotiated separate deals, ensuring his share of royalties, which led to resentment among castmates who had to fight for compensation. Erin Moran, in particular, faced financial hardships and eventually lost her home. The show's content also sparked debate. In 2022, a Canadian viewer filed a complaint against a 1974 episode, citing sexist and racially insensitive dialogue. A scene where Richie Cunningham makes inappropriate advances toward a female character was flagged as problematic. The Canadian Broadcast Standards Council acknowledged the outdated humor, but ruled that it did not warrant removal from syndication. This reignited discussions on whether older TV shows should carry content warnings or be taken off the air. By the late 1970s, Happy Days began losing its appeal. The moment most associated with its decline came in 1977 when Fonzie performed a water skiing stunt over a shark. Intended as an exciting moment, it instead became a symbol of a show struggling to stay relevant. The term jumping the shark was born, now widely used to describe any show that takes an absurd turn in a desperate bid to maintain popularity. Despite this, Happy Days continued for 6 more seasons, though its magic had faded. By 1982, ABC moved it to a weaker time slot, where it struggled against NBC's The A-Team, leading to a drop in ratings. The departures of Ron Howard in 1980 and Don Most soon after further weakened the show's appeal. The 2-part series finale, Passages, aired on May 8, 1984, bringing closure with Joni and Chachi's wedding and Fonzie's heartwarming adoption of an orphan. The most poignant moment came when Tom Bosley broke the fourth wall, thanking fans for their unwavering support over 11 years. Though 5 additional episodes aired later due to Olympic scheduling conflicts, Passages remains the true finale in fans' eyes. Happy Days was more than just a TV show. It was a cultural touchstone. While its later seasons faltered, its impact on American television was undeniable. The show catapulted Henry Winkler to stardom, while Ron Howard transitioned into an acclaimed director, later winning an Oscar for A Beautiful Mind. It received multiple Emmy nominations and won Golden Globes, including awards for Winkler and Howard in 1978. Tom Bosley was later recognized as one of TV's greatest dads in 2004. The nostalgia-driven storytelling influenced later series like Family Ties and Full House, proving that themes of family, friendship, and growing up remain timeless. Even decades later, Happy Days holds a firm place in pop culture. The Fonz's leather jacket is displayed at the Smithsonian, and the phrase "jumping the shark" endures in entertainment discussions. Despite the controversies, Happy Days remains a cherished piece of television history, reflecting both the innocence of its fictional 1950s setting and the more complex realities behind the scenes.